Hello everyone! This is my first live video, so I am super nervous. I've got some notes here, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm doing. I'm checking out my notes. So I wanted to finally come on here after a few months of using CBD and kind of answer all of the questions that everyone's been asking me, and kind of come to you with some information about what is CBD. You know, it's popping up in all of these gas stations everywhere, and your pharmacies have it, and I'm sure you're really curious why it's so popular everywhere. And why is everyone using it? And is it just a fad? And I don't want everyone just running to the gas station and trying the CBD there, because it's just not going to be the quality. So I'm just going to kind of go through my notes here so I don't get off track and jump forward. So basically, the first question a lot of people ask me is, what is CBD? You know, what is it? I keep hearing everywhere about it. So what is it? So CBD is a cannabinoid. That's just a fancy word for chemical, but don't make it sound like it's a chemical. It's natural. So it's a cannabinoid found in cannabis and in hemp. So it doesn't have any psychoactivity. It's not going to get you high. It's just going to work with your endocannabinoid system to maintain homeostasis. Those were some big words, so let's talk about it. The endocannabinoid system, we're just going to call it ECS, but we'll break it down for you. Endo, meaning internal, in your body. It's natural. It already is there. Your body has it. Cannabinoid, and that just it's going to come from cannabis, but it's a natural thing. So your body, they've named it based off of cannabis. They've found that it works much like cannabis, and so I'm not going to get into the terminology, but basically it's one of the most vital systems in your body. You've got all of these systems like your central nervous system, your vascular system, your digestive system. Each one has a purpose. Each one is going to have a really important part, a really big role in maintaining your body's natural balance. And that's what homeostasis is balance. That's just a fancy word for it. So basically, the endocannabinoid system, it is basically all of these receptors, and they appear in your brain and they appear in your body all throughout it. So it's going to affect not only your behavior and other things that your brain affects, but also your body. So it's going to have a lot of effects that way. Hi, Cassie. Hi, Pete. So your endocannabinoid system, it's natural, it's in your body. We have evolved to have it. It's very important. So the things that it's going to help with and play a major role in are a ton of things, but it includes mood, stability, overall well-being, but a lot of physical things as well. Because it appears in your brain and your body, it's going to have a lot of physical effects as well. So where does CBD come from? You know, you're seeing it everywhere. Where is it coming from? Is it coming from weed? Industrial hemp and cannabis, they're kind of like cousins. Let's call them cousins. The technical word is genus. They're the same genus. So they are going to be a lot alike, but they are different. It is not the marijuana that you've heard of. So basically, cannabis has 3 different species. You've got sativa, indica, and ruderalis. So those in the cannabis world are really familiar with mostly sativa and indica, but industrial hemp is going to fall under cannabis sativa. The main thing that is going to distinguish industrial hemp from marijuana, and I don't like that word, and I'll explain that in another live about the history of cannabis, but the difference between industrial hemp and cannabis is that industrial hemp is going to have less than 0.3% THC. That's the psychoactive chemical that everyone's heard about. And so basically, to make it legal, they have named it 0.3% or less. So that's kind of what makes industrial hemp different. It's not going to get you high. A lot of times, the industrial hemp plant is used mostly for the stem, stalk, and seed, but these days we're able to grow the industrial hemp plant in a way that we are collecting the flowers and getting a lot of use from that as well. So a lot of people ask, is it legal? Yes, it is. It's legal. As of last year in 2018, President Trump signed the Farm Bill, and what that did was made industrial hemp federally legal. You can have interstate commerce, you can sell state to state, as long as the CBD is made from industrial hemp and it's done in the United States and it's less than 0.3% of THC, it's going to be legal. So there are a bunch of weird things going on with states trying to outlaw CBD, but if it ever comes down to it, it is federally legal. Federal trumps state in every situation. So if you have any questions about your state's legality with CBD, please ask. We'll find out. We'll figure it out. But as it comes down to federal, it's legal. You don't have anything to worry about. A lot of people, there's some military things going around, like the military can't use it. Even the horses in the United States Equestrian Foundation can't use it. This is new news to me, so it's crazy. So that's a whole different life. So the different ways that CBD can be used, there's a bunch of different ways that you can use it in your body. And each has its own benefits. So I'm going to start with oral. Oral is going to be something that you take by the mouth and you swallow, and it goes through your digestive system. It's going to be processed through your liver and then go into your bloodstream. So oral is going to be really convenient. It's going to be basically capsules. So you can basically take a capsule, swallow it, and be done. You've medicated. It is more of a kind of time release. It's not a time release capsule, but it's going to be a time release in the way that it breaks down in your body. And so you're not going to get a very quick release. So we're going to call it time release, but it's not got that time release on it. Thank you, Leslie. So it's going to take a while to enter your bloodstream. So that's something where we do have capsules available through Illuminent. They are being reformulated. So it's something that we will offer in the future, and I cannot wait to have it back because I've heard really wonderful things. So basically, again, the oral is going to be take it through the mouth. It's going to be a longest acting, and the longest time to enter your bloodstream. So the next one is sublingual, and it's one of my favorites. Sublingual, so basically you have these capillaries under your tongue, and sublingual is a tincture. It's kind of like a thick oil, and you'll put it under your tongue and hold it there for like 60 to 90 seconds is the recommended time to hold it there. And what that does is all these capillaries are going to allow the CBD to go directly into your bloodstream. It bypasses your liver, it bypasses your digestive system, boom, right straight through your capillaries, through your neck veins, up into your brain. So that's going to be a really fast acting way to get most of your CBD. You're not going to lose it through the liver and the digestive system and that sort of thing. So at Illuminant, we offer a bunch of different types of tinctures. That's what we're going to call it. It's a tincture. We have full spectrum and isolate. And what that means is full spectrum is going to, well, let's start with isolate. Isolate is CBD only. They have formulated CBD down to just that chemical. So those who get drug tests or anything like that, that's going to be the one for you. And then we have full spectrum. Full spectrum is going to have CBD, but also CBN, CBG, and other cannabinoids that appear in the cannabis plant and industrial hemp plant that are going to help you that are not CBD. So it does have a little bit of THC in it, but again, it's going to be the legal amount, which is less than 0.3% THC by dry weight. So it's not going to get you high. It is going to possibly pop on a drug test. So if you are drug tested for any reason, you're going to want to stick with the isolate side because you can get the help from CBD that you're looking for without that THC that might show up on a drug test. So, but the full spectrum, in my opinion, is going to be the way to go. Cannabis has this thing called the entourage effect, where if you think of a football team, your quarterback can do a heck of a lot, but a whole team is going to be doing a whole lot more. So quarterback being the THC, that's the one everyone hears about. That's the famous one of the group. But all these other chemicals do such wonderful things. CBD, CBN, and they're finding more cannabinoids and their uses every single day, especially now that it's legal to do research on them in most places. So the entourage effect is what that's called, where they all work together to kind of give a overall whole plant effect. So the full spectrum is what I always kind of recommend. They are made with an MCT oil. That's basically coconut oil and it's 100% natural. The only not natural ingredient in any of the tinctures that Illuminent offers is the watermelon, in the watermelon blast isolate. That's going to be a artificial watermelon flavor, but who is going to want like actual watermelon flavor? I want the like real juicy, yummy watermelon in my isolate, just saying. So basically the full spectrum are going to come in 4 different strengths. Usually all of the regular flavors that we offer are going to come in 500, 1,000, and 1,500 milligrams. So I normally recommend everyone start at 1,000, which is kind of like a medium dose, and see where it goes. If you need a little more, or if you have to take it more often in the day, you can go up to 1,500. And we even have one that's 2,000 milligrams, Illuminent. So that's going to be kind of your higher dose for anyone that needs a little bit more. Hi, Lisa. And then we also have isolate, which is going to come in 2 different strengths, 750 and 1,500. So you have some ability to start at a dose and play with it and see how it helps you. And if you need more or less, you can play with it. I always ask people to give it at least a month or 2 before they really settle on what dose is theirs. We also have a special isolate line called exotics, and that's a fancy word. Hi, Dawn. A fancy word for just really, really yummy. It's 2,000 milligrams. Every single one is 2,000 milligrams. And you guys, they are exactly like the label says. There's s'mores, white chocolate strawberry, and a brand new one that was just announced, salted caramel. So, I mean, it's like a s'mores in your mouth. It's my favorite. I could just drink it by itself. So those are my personal favorite. Because I use cannabis regularly, I'm getting the THC that I need. So I really prefer using the isolates because of the flavor. But the full spectrum and the isolates that are not the exotic really do have a yummy flavor. My favorite being lavender peppermint. So that's my favorite. We also, the last thing on the tincture list that I have is the pet tinctures. So our dogs and our cats, all of our pets need support too. And so Illuminent has thought of that. And so they've created a really yummy peanut butter flavor pet CBD. And it's 300 milligrams in the whole bottle. It's not going to be a high dose. They don't need a really high dose. And if they do, if they are suffering from things like arthritis or cancer or seizures or anything like that, or, you know, any of those things, this can be used to help kind of calm them down and help with those issues a little bit. Mostly for joint and muscle support because glucosamine is included in there. They thought of that. A lot of your senior dog foods will have that naturally in there. So I'm really glad that they thought of that. And humans can use this too. It's not like it's just for dogs. Humans can use the peanut butter flavor. If you're making maybe a smoothie and you'd like to add some peanut butter in there, go for it. Hi, Amy. Hi, Tanya. Thank you. So we've gone over oral, which is the capsules. That's going to be, you know, a longer kind of effect. The sublingual is going to be pretty fast acting because it's going, again, straight from your capillaries through your veins in your neck and straight to your brain. You don't have to go through your liver or your digestive system. Hi, ladies. Yes, the peanut butter smoothie and smoothies. So good. I'm going to have to make one of those. I need to get into the more healthy drinking habits because, you guys, it's not good. Okay. So oral, delayed. We've got sublingual, fast acting. The most fast acting, and the next one I want to talk about is inhalation. So we have 2 different ways of getting inhaled CBD. We have the vapes and we have pre-rolls. It's going to be your fastest acting. It's going to go through your lungs and you're going to feel it damn near right away. Sorry to cuss, but it's so amazing because if you're having issues that you really need that right away help, it's going to be there. So the first of the 2 is the pre-rolls. These are a full gram, beautiful hand rolled pre-roll, a joint as the folks say, and that's going to be a full gram of flour inside. It's going to be 70 milligrams of CBD in there, and the flour that's there. You're wondering, well, CBD flour, it's probably not going to taste good. You're wrong. So as a cannabis user, I thought that because I've had CBD flour and it does not taste good. They have done an amazing job with this flower. They took Canatonic and crossed it with OG Kush. I think, is that right, ladies? Amy, Tanya, correct me if I'm wrong on that one. So they basically took a really delicious plant and a really high CBD rich plant, and they crossed it. And then they took that baby and they crossed it back with Canatonic, which is the CBD rich strain. And in fancy terms, they kept breeding it until they bred the THC out of it, but kept the really great benefits of the marijuana strain. Again, hate using that word, but okay, awesome. OG Kush. Yes, it is OG Kush. Wonderful. So it's going to be really almost sweet. It tastes delicious. As someone who smokes regularly, I don't usually cough, but I've had a lot of people that say they don't smoke, hit these pre-rolls, and they don't cough. But I do recommend use it at home. It does look and smell like cannabis, so you know, all those things you want to be careful. So also, as well as pre-rolls, we have vapes. So vapes, we have two different types. Again, the full spectrum and the isolate. With the full spectrum vapes, they're actually going to have as well as the full plant, full spectrum CBD, they're also going to have strain specific terpenes. So a little definition, terpenes are going to be like the essential oils of the plant, and every single strain is going to have a different set of terpenes, kind of like a fingerprint. So Pineapple Express, that's a famous one a lot of people have heard from the movie. That one's going to have a different smell, different taste, and different feeling than, say, Blueberry Kush is going to have and feel. And so each one is going to do different things for you. And based on the terpenes are actually going to have their own effects. So the best thing about the vapes that Illuminent makes is they're using those really expensive strain-specific terpenes. I don't think there is another company out there that uses those full spectrum CBD as well as the strain-specific terpenes. You can find the CBD vape, but it's not going to be strain specific. So when you go with Illuminent, you're going to have, like, Pineapple Express is going to give you the feeling of Pineapple Express. It's not going to get you high, but it is going to give you that uplifted, great feeling. Blueberry Kush, it's going to be calming. Granddaddy Purple, very relaxing, just like the cannabis strain. They are kosher vegetable glycerin, so you're not going to be getting any of the yucky stuff that a lot of people talk about when vapes come up in the conversation. So you don't have to worry about popcorn lung and all those things that a lot of people talk about with vapes. It's actually going to be one of the most healthy ways to medicate. You're not getting any plant matter, which causes carcinogens to be created when you're burning it. You're getting a very quick way to medicate. You can titrate it easily. You can control how much you're getting before stopping. So I really love the vapes. I always have Granddaddy Purple because it's calming. I'm an extra person all the time, so it kind of brings me down to regular. That's my favorite. And the last mode of delivery that I wanted to talk about today is topical. Topical is going to be anything on your skin, a localized help. So anywhere where you're having pain, your neck, your shoulder, your knees, your hips, ladies, your cramps, you can roll it on right where you're having that pain, and it's going to be that localized help instead of more of that full system help like the tinctures and other things would be. It's made with the pain roller that we have, the topical that we have is made with organically grown botanicals and therapeutic grade essential oils like copaiba. So, and there's also some menthol in there. It's an amazing pain roller that works before they added the CBD. You're kind of extra too, Dana. See, that's why we get along so well. We're just extra, and there's nothing wrong with extra. So the topical is going to be really, the pain roller is super helpful for so many things, as well as the pain, you know, sinus issues, colds, any of that pain roller is going to be really great for. So lastly, I just wanted to cover a few things about like why Illuminent over other CBD, you know, because you do see it everywhere, and I don't want you guys being like, CBD is great, let me go get some from the Fast Mart down the street, because that CBD is not going to be, let's talk about it. So I have a little notes because I get really heated on this, because the CBD in the store, it is not going to have the specific amount of CBD that it says it's going to have. Think about it. It's so cheap. Why is it so cheap? The FDA doesn't regulate it. And so a lot of companies can go around saying, oh, it's 500 milligrams of CBD. And it's not, it might not even be any CBD in there. It might be just hemp oil, which is completely not going to have those. It's going to be great for your skin maybe and other things, but it's not going to give you the help that you're looking for. So the reason that Illuminent is so great is it's going to be grown in the US. All of the industrial hemp is grown here in the US. It's harvested here in the US. All of the ingredients are quality. Our CEO goes around and kind of like he shops our ingredient companies. He makes sure that those companies are making quality ingredients and they're a moral and ethical company before he even starts using those ingredients in the lab. They are triple tested, and I'm actually going to call it quadruple tested because they are twice tested by the grower and then once tested by a lab of the grower's choice. So the grower can choose a lab, but because they choose that lab, once we receive the hemp, we then have it tested by a lab of our choice. So it's quadruple tested. It's tested for purity, potency, all of those things. The best thing also about Illuminent is they are transparent. All of those test results, you can find them on the website. If you have any questions, ask me. I can provide them to you if you don't want to go looking for them. So you're going to be able to see the exact amounts of all of the different cannabinoids, not just CBD in them. You're going to be able to see that there was 0 pesticides, 0 metals, all of that. You're going to see that right there on the lab results for you on the website. And another thing is that it's all made in-house. So a lot of that CBD that you're seeing on the gas station shelves, that's a CBD that someone else has purchased. A company has purchased that CBD from another company, slap their label on it, say, here you go, this is our CBD. They don't know what's in it. They don't make it. They have no idea even probably what CBD is and what it could do for you. So that's going to be it could be anywhere on a spectrum of crap to meh, it's not really going to help you, but it's not crap. So that's just my personal opinion. So it's really important that you are going with a company that has integrity and they innovate and they're out there really making products first before seeing what other companies make and then copying that. I covered the products that we offer today, but I have a little insider knowledge that there's going to be so much amazing stuff coming your way, guys. I'm not even going to say it because I'm not going to let out the secret. I'm just so excited about the things coming your way that are going to be even more ways of helping you supplement your life. And I'm not going to make any medical claims because of the way that it is, covered by, it's not by the FDA, but I will say, and me personally, it has changed my life. I was a cannabis user for many years and it helped me, but I was still on anti-anxiety medication, and I started using Illuminent CBD, and I had used so many other CBDs before this. Being in the cannabis industry, I have access to a ton of stuff, and I tried it all. I tried mixes, and none of it helped me. And finally, I found something that helped, and that's why I'm like screaming it from the rooftops. You've been seeing me post about it. It even got me on live video. You guys, I don't do live videos, so I just had to come on and say more than what I can do in a little post. If any of you ever have any questions about how CBD might be able to help you, just send me a DM. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. So yeah, thank you ladies so much. This is my first live, so I'm like, yes, Amanda, it is diabetic friendly. So it's not going to have any added sugars or anything like that. So feel free to send me a DM and we can chat about how it can help you. So if anyone has any more questions, no? All right. Well, I have a call with my team members. I'm going to be walking them through how to get started right. If you want to join my team, hit me up. We can change lives together, right? Bye, guys. Now, where do I finish?